In a world where fame changes everything, SB19 stands as the rare exception. The group that rose to global stages yet kept their feet firmly on the ground. Today, we're counting down 10 unforgettable moments that proved just how humble, respectful, and genuinely good-hearted these boys are. These stories aren't PR. They aren't scripted. They're real moments witnessed by fans, staff, and the industry itself. So before we dive in, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because this journey will remind you exactly why SB19 is loved worldwide. Every celebrity has their viral moment, but for SB19, it wasn't a performance or a high-budget event that captured the world's attention. It was a simple act of gratitude. After an exhausting show, drenched in sweat and barely able to stand, the members were caught on camera doing something most artists never think twice about. They walked around the entire backstage area, thanking every single staff member who helped bring the event to life. Stagehands, lighting techs, cleaners, security, no one was overlooked. What struck fans wasn't just the gesture, but the sincerity. This wasn't the kind of polite nod artists give when the cameras are rolling. This was SB19 going out of their way, off script, long after the spotlight faded. Their voices were tired, but their gratitude was energetic. They bowed, shook hands, gave warm smiles, as if the staff were the stars of the night. The clip exploded online because it revealed something deeper than talent: character. In an industry obsessed with image, SB19 showed who they really are when no one is supposed to be watching. It was the moment many fans said they fell in love with SB19 not just as artists, but as human beings. Before the stadiums, awards, and global tours, SB19 had nothing. And instead of hiding that past like some celebrities do, they talk about it openly, humbly, and without shame. Their honesty about their struggles has become one of the most respected parts of their identity. They've shared stories of walking long distances to training because they couldn't afford transportation, skipping meals, practicing until their bodies broke down, and facing rejection after rejection while the world barely noticed them. What made their honesty shocking was how rare it is. Many artists rewrite their beginnings to make themselves look polished or destined for greatness. But SB19 chose transparency. They admitted they were uncertain, scared, financially struggling, and constantly questioned whether anyone would care about a Filipino boy group in a world dominated by global giants. That vulnerability humanized them. Instead of building a myth, they built a connection. Fans didn't see them as unreachable idols. They saw them as hardworking dreamers who never gave up. Their humility wasn't a brand. It was a truth they carried into every interview, every speech, every conversation. And this authenticity became a foundation for their relationship with Aiton, who saw not just their rise, but the depth of what they overcame. For SB19, fans aren't numbers, followers, or data points. They're people. And from the beginning, the group has treated Aiton with a level of respect and warmth that feels almost old school. Long before they were filling arenas, SB19 would stay after events just to greet supporters, even when organizers tried to rush them out. They remembered faces, remembered names, and even remembered specific fans' stories, something unheard of for rising celebrities. One of the most iconic examples is how they would hold free meetups in malls, parks, and outside event halls, refusing to leave until every fan had been acknowledged. Even now, with packed schedules and global tours, they still take extra time to wave, smile, and reach out to fans waiting behind barricades. It's never performative friendliness. It's genuine connection. Fans often share stories of SB19 noticing them from afar, offering comforting words, giving warm handshakes, or simply making eye contact that makes a person feel seen. For SB19, fame never created a wall. It built a bridge. They've proven that respect comes before popularity, and that humility isn't something they show when it's convenient. It's who they are every single day. When most artists win awards, the spotlight becomes a moment to celebrate themselves. But when SB19 steps onto a stage to accept a trophy, something different happens. The spotlight shifts. Their speeches are never about ego, never about proving superiority, and never about claiming credit. Instead, they consistently redirect the praise to A10, their producers, mentors, and every person who supported them from day one. Their award speeches have become signature SB19 moments, grateful, emotional, grounded. They acknowledge their families, the staff who believed in them, and even the critics who pushed them to improve. And instead of boasting about accomplishments, they emphasize responsibility, reminding everyone that awards mean they must work harder, stay better, and represent the Philippines with integrity. This humility stunned many in the industry. At a time when celebrities often use award stages for self-promotion, SB19 uses theirs to uplift others. Fans call it the SB19 effect, turning victory into gratitude, turning recognition into reflection. Every time they speak, you can feel sincerity, not scripted lines. And perhaps that's why their speeches leave people in tears, because they prove that even at the top, SB19's hearts remain firmly rooted in humility. One of the clearest indicators of true character is how someone treats people who work behind the scenes, the individuals who don't get applause, camera time, or fan attention. And when it comes to SB19, their respect for staff, security, and crew is unmatched. Countless moments caught on camera show the boys helping carry equipment, fixing props, or assisting crew members when something goes wrong. They don't hesitate. They don't act like superstars. They act like teammates. There are clips of them bowing to security personnel, greeting lighting technicians with warm smiles, and personally thanking cameramen even in hectic, high-pressure environments. During concerts, if a staff member is struggling with wires or stage pieces, SB19 instinctively steps in to help, often surprising the crew themselves. What makes these moments so remarkable is that they're not meant to be seen. Most happen behind the curtain, away from the spotlight. But fans catch glimpses, and these honest interactions reveal more about SB19 than any interview ever could. To them, everyone on set matters. Everyone deserves respect. And no matter how far their careers go, they never forget the people helping hold their world together. It's humility in action, not words. SB19's rise to international stages could have easily changed their mindset, but instead it strengthened their humility. Whether they were performing in the United States, Singapore, or Australia, the boys consistently expressed gratitude rather than pride. Instead of boasting about being a global Filipino act, they always emphasized how honored they were just to be given a platform. During interviews abroad, they praised local artists, cultural diversity, and the opportunity to learn from other performers. They never positioned themselves as superior or the next big thing. They positioned themselves as students, travelers, and grateful representatives of P-pop. When interviewers tried to hype their popularity, SB19 gently deflected, focusing instead on hard work, teamwork, and the support of A10. Even when foreign fans screamed their names and international media began spotlighting them, SB19 remained calm, respectful, and almost shy about the attention. They bowed deeply, thanked organizers repeatedly, and stayed approachable to everyone on set. This humility became one of the reasons international audiences admired them so quickly. SB19 didn't walk into other countries demanding respect. They earned it by showing respect first. And that's what makes their global rise so powerful. Fame never overshadowed their grounded hearts. In an industry where fame attracts both love and criticism, many artists respond to hate with defensiveness, sarcasm, or ego. But SB19 consistently chooses a different path, one built on humility, honesty, and emotional maturity. Whenever the group faces negativity, whether from online trolls, biased comments, or extreme pressure, they respond not with anger but with calm gratitude. Instead of clapping back, they acknowledge their imperfections, thank people for their feedback, and express a desire to improve. There are interviews where the members openly admitted the pain that comes with public scrutiny, yet they chose to stay focused on growth rather than resentment. They remind fans that criticism, when constructive, helps them evolve. This transparency not only lowers tension, but also demonstrates strength of character. Even during difficult moments, misinterpretations, controversies, or unfair comparisons, SB19 remains composed. They apologize when needed, clarify respectfully when necessary, and stay silent when speaking would only inflame the situation. It's humility in its most disciplined form. Their professionalism sets a standard for the entire P-pop industry. That success isn't measured by how loudly you defend yourself, but by how gracefully you rise above negativity. And SB19 rises every time, with dignity intact. Behind every performance is a team of stylists, makeup artists, directors, cameramen, and production staff. And the stories these people share about SB19 paint a consistent picture. These boys have zero diva tendencies. Makeup artists describe them as patient and polite, always thanking them after every touch-up. Stylists say SB19 helps fold clothes, fix their own accessories, and even apologize if something takes longer than expected. Directors often mention how cooperative they are on set. No ego, no complaints, no attitude. They listen carefully, ask for feedback, and work with genuine enthusiasm, even during long hours under harsh lights. Crew members have shared moments where SB19 offered them food, asked if they needed water, or checked whether they were tired. Perhaps the most admired trait is how the group treats everyone equally, whether a person is a head producer or a new assistant. SB19 gives the same respect, the same warm smiles, the same heartfelt thank yous. These aren't isolated anecdotes. They are repeated across multiple projects, shoots, and tours. In a world where rising stars often become demanding or difficult, SB19 remains grounded. Their humility behind the scenes is not just admirable, it's legendary. Even at the height of pressure, tight schedules, long rehearsals, global tours, and personal exhaustion, SB19 consistently chooses to uplift others before themselves. It's one of the clearest signs of their humility. When the group was still financially struggling, they participated in charity events, donated to relief efforts, and encouraged fans to support communities in need. They didn't wait for fame or wealth to start giving back. They helped because helping was part of who they were. They are also known for uplifting smaller artists, especially fellow P-pop groups trying to find their footing. Instead of seeing them as competition, SB19 publicly praises them, collaborates when possible, and constantly reminds the industry that rising together is better than rising alone. Their message is simple. We want P-pop to grow, not just SB19. Even during their busiest moments, world tours, award seasons, album promotions, they still take time to show empathy. They acknowledge anxious fans, comfort people in emotional meet and greets, and check on staff members who seem overwhelmed. Their instinct is always to look outward, not inward. These acts of kindness aren't for the camera. They're woven into SB19's daily life. And that's why their humility is felt, not just seen. In a world where fame often creates distance, SB19 chose the opposite path. They built bridges. Their humility isn't just a personality trait. It's the foundation of their entire legacy. It's the reason fans stay loyal, the reason strangers become supporters, and the reason SB19 became more than just a boy group. Their authenticity created a global family. Because of their grounded nature, SB19 didn't just rise, they lifted an entire genre with them. They brought P-pop to international stages not by demanding recognition, but by earning it with hard work, gratitude, and sincerity. Their humility became their superpower, the force that made people listen, care, and believe. Even as they travel the world, their hearts remain tied to the very beginning, the struggles, the dreams, the people who held them up. And that sincerity radiates in everything they do. SB19 proved that you don't need arrogance to be great or ego to be legendary. You just need passion, character, and kindness. Their legacy will never be measured solely in trophies or chart rankings. It will be measured in lives touched, artists inspired, and fans who found comfort in their story. SB19 didn't just represent the Philippines, they represented humility at its highest form.